Hello, viewers. Welcome to With Flying Colors, an exclusive podcast produced by School of Media and Communication, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Dubai. Through this show, we reach out to some of our most established alumni who studied with us and are currently in the industry of media, communication, marketing, PR, events, and the list can go on. These alumni come back to their alma mater and share their journey as a student here and then venturing into the industry. In today's episode, we have with us Mr. Anil Kumar, who graduated from School of Media and Communication in 2012. And it's been really long, probably getting him back to our School of Media, but we never failed in doing so. Now, speaking about Anil has been, someone who has ventured into the field of events. Not just in terms of curating the events, but also venturing into the field and working with bigger brands. To speak about few brands like Cineyug, HP, Epson, right now he is the lead event manager at NAS Summit. We all know what NAS Summit stands for. One of the most global, most sorted event where speakers, content creators from across the world come together. And Anil has been that mastermind bringing these creators together and finally executing a nice piece like NAS Summit in different parts of the world. Anil, we are really excited to have you here. We are so happy that I think immediately after your last NAS Summit, you're currently here, just after I think probably 2-3 days.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. How do you feel to be back in Mahe?
First of all, thanks for that lovely introduction. I myself didn't realize that I've done so much. But yeah, thank you so much. It's good to be back. It's always good to be back. Whatever I have, wherever I am, I owe a lot to this college, to Manipal. And it's lovely to see all these students here creating this wonderful production, great set, and everyone's so invested in it. I wish I would have seen the studio when I was here because I was too busy doing other stuff. But yeah, I'm very happy to be here and I'm really looking forward to this conversation. And let's go.
Thank you, Anil. That means a lot to us.
Yeah.
When I was getting in touch with you and I was preparing mainly for the show, getting an understanding, I think among all the alumni that we got, you are one of the oldest alumni, probably from the very first annual alumni to come from 2018 to 12 batch.
Oh my God, I'm old.
No, not that way, but definitely
kidding.
in terms of the education field,
Yeah.
I'm not sure 2008, did we have a campus here in Dayak?
So basically, I am one of the lucky ones who was in both the campuses. So my 1.5 year was in the Academic City campus and 1.5 year was here. We were the first movers in this building. And yeah, so I've seen best of both worlds. I've seen, actually, I was in the, what do you call that? The bricklaying ceremony of this.
Oh, okay.
I was there. So yeah, so I've been in both the places.
Right.
Yeah.
So as you have seen the campus from 2008 to 12,
Yeah.
being a student, and especially it is at such a time where probably media was not that popular. It was
Yeah.
like probably being introduced. A lot of our parents were quite hesitant,
Yeah.
for us in opting for media because they didn't know what are the career opportunities.
Yeah.
So how did you decide that, I want to get into media? This is what I want to study. How did you decide that?
Okay, cool. So, okay, this is very interesting.
Okay.
So you're right. At that time, media and communication was something people never heard about, or mostly people thought कि journalist banega, press. Are you going to join the press?
Right.
Especially my parents, but I really want to thank them, like my parents first of all. Like I know it's something very unusual, especially for my family. Like I have 3 sisters, and all of them have been amazing in academics.
Okay.
I was not.
Okay.
I have always been the guy who was always extracurricular. I used sports, running, acting. So I used to do all this stuff. I enjoyed doing all this a lot.
Yeah.
And I knew कि मैं doctor तो नहीं बनने वाला. I'm never going to be a doctor. And I was always fascinated by, to be honest, I still am. I was always fascinated by cinema. I have always been very invested in movies that also like kind of got from here. We had a subject called international films.
Okay.
Before that, I never saw an international film. So I was always invested in cinema. That's where the thought of media came in from. Why I wanted to join media. If you ask me, did I join it because of events? No. Also, it was not very difficult to convince my parents because they knew my doctor nahi banne wala.
Okay.
But I was always very mesmerized by the glamour the industry had.
Okay.
I always wanted to either be an actor, do something in cinema,
Wow.
or do something around it. So like they say, like you aim for the moon, but you land on the stars, something like that. So that was the whole point. And actually, to this day, there are a lot of my relatives who just don't understand what I do.
Media. Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Like, I'll tell you one thing. Once in India, I was telling someone that I do events. So they literally said, "To tent lagate ho?"
Okay.
So that's what the perception of the industry is.
Yeah.
And it comes with a lot of pros and cons. It is very difficult to explain people what you do, and it is very unconventional. Not everybody does it, but I think here, if you are here, somewhere you are responsible to change the world in some way. You are responsible to bring people happiness.
Yeah.
This is one key part of your job. You have to be, your work has to have some sort of impact.
Right.
Today, it's either negative on the most sides or positive.
Yeah.
You decide how you choose. But what's important is your work literally makes a difference in the world.
Absolutely.
And so this is more of a far side, which I knew later on. But at that time, it was just media, cameras, wow.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. And so today my parents understand
Okay.
what I do. My family understands what I do. But I don't put tents.
Right. I mean, I get it, because I remember when even I had taken media,
Yeah.
I studied in India. So when I had taken media, first thing one of my relatives asked, so do you learn how to repair TV and radio? You know,
Oh my
that was the thought they had.
Yeah.
Then they're like, why did you have to choose undergraduation or postgrad? You could have done a certificate course, which is offered by some of the.
Yeah.
It's definitely difficult to make them understand, but probably as we explore and, start doing work,
Yeah.
that's where I'm coming into. So you chose media, you were in media,
Yeah.
pursuing your undergraduation. So how was the experience of studying media? As you said, you had to be in 2 different locations. Finally, you came to this campus. How
Yeah.
were the classes? How was your journey as a student here?
It was very nice, to be
Okay.
honest. I had a lot of fun studying here. I'm not someone who used to like bunk classes a lot or like I'm missing from the classes, because our classes used to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like we had, like, the professors, the teachers have been wonderful always. They have been very supportive, and also I was their favorite. So
You still are.
I still am. Thank you. So yeah, the classes were structured very well, because see, we enter college at an age where we really don't know what exactly to do. But a college at best does it put thing in perspective for you. So by the time I reached third year, I was quite clear that I think I need to do events, because I'm very impatient. So I just eliminate things like what I cannot do. For example, like the TV video production, it needs a lot of patience, a lot of time, and I just cannot do that. And I am someone who wants instant results, which I can measure and see right there. And events help me do that, because like how you guys do right now as well. Like
Yeah.
you do your college community events. We used to do at that time as well.
Okay.
Of course, I see the posts, so it's grown much more than what it used to be.
Yeah.
That's where the interest sparked. That's how the journey started. Then when you come to third year, then of course you get into specializations, where events was one of them.
Okay.
Advertising, PR, and events.
Right.
I was still on the fence. I used to watch a show called Mad Men,
Okay.
and I wanted to be Don Draper.
Okay.
So for the first 6 months of advertising, I thought I'll be an advertising man.
Okay.
The next 6 months, I thought I'll be someone in PR. So that didn't quite work out well. But yeah, it does give you perspective. It gives you great perspective. And yeah, that's what a college is supposed to do.
Right.
It helps you with perspective, like how you're doing right now. Like, this is great.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is great. Like honestly, like giving this platform to these students, because on books, how much will books teach you?
Absolutely.
Like how much can books teach you? And especially for us, we don't have any theory.
Yeah.
As media, we don't have any theory because the world is changing. Our world specifically is changing like this.
Right.
There's one platform every other day coming up. There's another technology. The algorithm is changing every day.
Yeah.
So how do you keep up with it?
Mm-hmm.
You'll print one book today.
Yeah.
The next year, the new students cannot use it.
Yes.
So the college helps give that perspective, and by doing stuff like this, like it's great. Like it's really really great. Like because they are learning all this is all industrial, like proper industry equipment.
Right. Right.
It's not like they're not playing. It's industry equipment. It's a proper set.
Yes.
And I don't know if you show behind the scenes, but it's incredible.
Yeah, we do have, such plans as well, bringing out what exactly happens, before
Yeah.
you do. I mean, this is where, a lot of those non-media students who are keen in understanding. The very purpose of starting this podcast was that
Yeah.
get an understanding of the journey from the alumni and also inspire those who wants to venture into this field and see something new.
True.
Yeah. Now, Anil, as you said, I mean, there were few events. Like you said, you were on fence, not getting a clarity about is it the ad that you want to venture into, is it the PR, or is it the event?
Yeah.
Was there any particular event that you did, or was there any activity or something that made you clear that okay, events is the industry that I should venture into? Probably during your college days.
Okay. It's a funny story. So I love concerts. I always wanted to see Atif Aslam live.
Okay.
But at that time, I didn't have the money to see Atif Aslam live. But I had a poster, and the poster always has a number, call here for bookings or whatever. So I had another friend of mine, Dinesh. We both were quite interested in it. We wanted to see the concert, but we didn't have the money to see the concert. We called the number. We said, listen, can we work for you?
Okay.
And that's where it started.
Wow.
He said, I'll pay you 150 dirhams.
Then.
Then.
Yeah.
You can come and volunteer, and we'll assign you duties on ground. And we went for it, and then this became a pattern.
Okay.
So instead of buying the tickets, we used to call the number, volunteer, paid, not paid. That was it. It really didn't matter. But what matters is attending the event. That's where it got into me. And then so basically I had earned my first paycheck while in my second year already.
Okay.
And that was through events. So my first paycheck ever was through events. But at that time, the industry was not that big here. What it today is. And also the Don Draper inside me was like, I need to do advertising. Because I think I remember someone from Leo Burnett or Saatchi and Saatchi had come in to give a session or something, and they presented something about Emirates.
Okay.
And I was like, I want to do this. But then once we graduated, and that's where you come in the real world.
Thank you, viewers, for joining us on the podcast series With Flying Colors, produced by School of Media and Communication, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Dubai. Stay tuned as we broadcast an interactive session with most of our alumni who have graduated from Mahe, Dubai.